perfect
We're
time.
going live.
That is exactly when you should bark. All of the barks.
The Twilight bark is real.
All of the
Hey.
barks in all of Barkland.
Kaylee Thor, can't you know that we're broadcasting live to the internet?
Haley.
We don't know this shit.
Shame.
Hey, shame. I know. There is a dog barking a half a mile away.
Hi guys, there's barks happening. Welcome to the barking hour.
Welcome.
It's like the witching hour,
Welcome
only louder.
To the Twilight bark. Are we good? We're in frame.
I
Kaylee, you're good. You're fine.
I'm happy. I'm
Stop.
happy. My
Okay.
God, I need a haircut.
I'm sitting in the right chair this week, so it makes my life
Yay.
happier.
Let's just do this.
That was my problem last week.
Until I get a haircut.
That works. I need a haircut. My hair's so short now, and I'm like, I still need a haircut. I'm now that person.
It is time. Anything to report?
Well, I was a dungeon master for the first time yesterday.
Ew, not that kind. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I mean, maybe that kind of. So I started. I'll mention. I'll cover a little bit of it in the main cast, but yeah, I've started the Curse of Strahd.
Yay.
Because I figured it is a easy adventure for a new DM-ish, sort of, ish.
I mean, I've only been on the player side of it, so I can't tell you.
Yeah. Well, it's more of because it's contained. Here's all the stuff you need for it.
There's a lot of story. Yes.
That's what I mean. I don't have to make a lot of shit up myself.
It'll be interesting to be on the other side of it, because then I'll be like, oh, that was all just Jesse land.
Probably.
Because a Jesse
is able to think on his feet a little more easily.
And a Jesse does the thing where everything has that flavor of a Jesse DM.
The other big difference is Jesse is a verbal storyteller.
He's a storyteller.
I make stories with pictures.
It's not a thing. Yeah, it's not like a diss.
No, that's what I mean.
It'll be interesting to be like, wait, it's like when you're little and your parents tell you a thing is true, and then you grow up, you're like, that's not real for everybody? What do you mean? Basically, I'm waiting for that moment.
Yeah, basically. I'll cover that a little bit in the thing. There's not much to talk about MegaCon, so I'll talk that here.
Oh, okay.
Bartender Nick, I was about to say, I don't know what to call him.
Bartender.
I need to start drinking. So Bartender Nick and I went to MegaCon last weekend, and we actually weren't there for over too long of a time because we had to get to Dungeons and Dragons in time to get that done with to go to Game of Thrones. That happened.
40% of our lives is Dungeons and Dragons.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And
that's only because we're in school. Like, I'm in school and Jesse's in school, and like, if we could, it would be like every percent of life that is not taken by work would be.
Listen, once you guys are in school, considering Nick and I also pretty much don't have lives, I'm just assuming that we're just going to be playing a whole separate adventure, just the four of us.
Yeah, shit's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
fine. I will be my halfling goddamn rogue finally.
I just want to hit things.
That I let my amazing sister-in-law play.
Nice.
Because she'll play very differently than I will. We got giant metal steins for our Dungeons and Dragons drinks. Specifically, we got them for gaming. They because they're heavy enough to bludgeon people with as well. Which is important, I feel.
Yeah.
Impromptu weapon.
You never know.
If you need to in a bar brawl.
Improvised weapons are important.
We didn't see really any Stargate anywhere this time. But we didn't make it through Olivares Alley because, again, we were short on time. I didn't get to meet Will Fidel, which I really wanted to because, again, I'm obsessed with Critical Role. I was not going to see him for Boy Meets World as much as I love Boy Meets World. The dog is still barking outside, which is why our dog started barking again.
It's going to be nuts, and we apologize, and I will do my best to edit things out.
Yeah, I'll apologize against in the main cast. We did get to meet Tom King, so that was cool.
Yay.
He's one of the few comic book writers that I know of because I'm only comic book adjacent, so I like to call it. But yeah, it was a nice day. It was nice. We went on Sunday. It wasn't as crowded.
Good call.
And we got lots of dice.
It's nice to find that there's a con around that is not.
This is a fraction of the dice that I got. Because this is a video. This is the dice that we got. And I wish I was exaggerating. I'm not.
No, you don't. You don't wish that at all. You wish you had more.
I wish I had more dice.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Alrighty.
I'm ready if you're ready.
Okay.
173.
173.
For Atlantis.
Please leave that in the beginning.
Yes.
Welcome to episode 173 of There's No Place Like Terra, a Stargate First Watch Rewatch podcast. I am Nixie.
And I'm Grace, and today we're watching season 1, episode 10 of Atlantis, The Storm, aka Die Hard Intergalactica.
Intergalactic Die Hard. I had, instead of category 5, I had category Die Hard.
Basically the same idea. I'm very impressed.
I have the Perfect Storm Die Hard edition, the Perfect Die Hard, and category Die Hard. Everything is based around Die Hard.
AKA the Stormageddon.
Also, Robert Davi was in Die Hard, so it kind of works.
There you go. Done.
So this first aired on September 17th. We were going to talk about other things before I got into the episode.
That's okay.
Okay.
My brain started going, live free or die, Pegasus.
Live free or die, Atlantis.
Yeah, okay.
Live free or die, Lentian.
Important things to recap. D&D.
I am a brand new dungeon master.
Hey, Nixie, go!
I started a campaign over FaceTime yesterday. Well, the husband was not via FaceTime. He actually was here in the house. But it was Brother Matt, and I don't know if we've introduced her on the cast, but professional badass Dana, my sister-in-law.
That's her title, professional badass.
No, professional badass is 100% her title.
Yeah.
And so we ventured into Barovia for the first time, and you know, I think I did.
I may have heard of that place.
You may have heard of that place?
I may have heard of that place.
There may be legitimately one of the only reasons I'm going through Barovia is because we can't play it as a group anymore.
No, because we can still go to Barovia, but we're fighting some fucking crazy ass shit now.
Yeah.
Now we've awoken Coltheus, so now we're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strahd, we're like,
I literally don't know who that is yet because I haven't read that far ahead.
You don't want to know. He's not, I don't think he's part of Strahd.
That's probably why.
He's just what's next.
Here's the thing is, Jesse, our normal DM is way more skilled at the dungeon mastering.
Yeah. I think we did our thing. We got our Strahd and did it done.
No, but I'm also going, during the 4 hours we were playing, was like, I'm pretty sure I'm doing half of this wrong. However, everyone had a good time, so I figured I did all of it right.
There's no way to do it wrong. You can't do it wrong.
Your fun is wrong.
Yeah. There's no wrong way to have fun.
So, they ventured past what I had prepared. So that was fun.
Improvising.
I learned
for your brain
that I need to bullshit better.
Meh. I think you're pretty decent at it.
I've gotten better, but it's one of those.
Your poker face is getting really good.
It's one of those where I was like,
"You're welcome."
I feel like this cast is the reason I have half a poker face anymore. But it was one of those where I'm like, I'm hoping I kept the story half coherent without giving away too much shit. Because there's a couple things that are supposed to have happened, and I went, I'm not going to have that happen because I'd rather not kill you on the first day.
Here's the nice thing, right? You've got new players, so they're learning with you.
Yeah.
So really, anything you say is what they'll decide is true.
Yes, it's more of hopefully I didn't kick myself in the foot with storyline later and have to remember that I said something different.
I mean, if the professional writers in TV shows,
and then I'll just say, that person was telling you a lie.
Yeah, they're dead now. Bye.
So yeah, I did. I did my first session. I have a shiny new Dungeon Master badge. And I blame that entirely on being on track to watch the entire first campaign of Critical Role in 2 months.
Again, when Nixie
fuck you, Critical Role.
Something, she does not get into it, sort of.
I blame Mercer.
Yeah, or just kind of enjoy it. She Scrooge McDuck dives into it.
You saw this. I only thought, hey, maybe I should run Strahd a week before I decided to start.
That's what I mean. Nixie doesn't consider, and I don't mean that in a bad way, like think about things, evaluate them for too long. It's
I just kind of jump in and deal with the consequences later.
Do this now. We ain't here for a long time.
We're here for
a good time.
Horror time.
Yeah, for vampire time. Storm is doing great. his cone should have been off tomorrow, but it's holiday weekend.
But
so,
also
by the time this cast goes up, it'll be off. Yay!
Yay!
Or his cone of dogness.
His cone, his martini shaker.
His martini shaker, which, guys, I've made a terrible mistake. I have 2 crazy dogs.
Yeah, you do.
And they're big dogs.
Yeah, you do.
And so their favorite game to play, again, this includes the sick one, is tear the cone off the dog and run around the yard with it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I got real crafty and I had a duct tape. I had a duct tape a cone to the dog. If anyone has advice,
I mean, not to the dog.
Well, no, not yes, directly to the front. No, like I had to reinforce the structure with duct tape.
Yeah,
because it was falling apart.
Listen, I've reinforced many a structure with duct tape. I've made many a structure with duct tape.
There you go. Yeah, but puppos are doing great. Just kidding. Kaylee is very angry.
Kaylee is very angry at something. Kaylee, hey, hush. By the way, the dog is gonna be loud this episode because she took some barking serum. Not entirely who drugged my dog, but she's super barky today.
Aggressively loud.
She's goddamn adorable, but she's not quiet.
All right, let's get into this and she'll calm down.
September 17th, 2004.
Yay.
The story is by Jill Blodevogoyle.
Vogel?
Sure.
Vogel?
I apologize, Jill. She only wrote an episode, so I don't have to butcher her name a second time. Written by Martin Gero, directed by Martin Wood. So we have a whole variety pack of. But by the way, I'm pretty sure Martin Gero is now connected with Blind Spot. Critical Role reference. Which is, anyways,
about to be canceled. Bye. Yeah. Well, the good news is we get Ashley Johnson.
Well, it sounds like Ashley Johnson. Okay. So we have a whole variety pack of guest stars this week, not even including Cole Meany. So
seriously,
we have Robert DeVee, who you know from your childhood as Jake from the Goonies. He was one of the siblings.
Oh,
that had the treasure. That was down there.
Who is he on the show?
Oh, that's Kolya.
Oh, I'm dumb.
Yeah,
got it.
He sang.
I'm here now.
Yep. He was also Special Agent Johnson in Die Hard.
I do know Die Hard.
He was also the villain in License to Kill.
Jeebus. Well, he's got the face for a villain.
He does. He's also a classically trained singer who released an album singing Sinatra songs.
Wow.
I've heard it before. It's pretty good.
Interesting.
And yeah. And then my personal favorite guest star this week, Ryan Robbins, aka Ryro. I've been waiting for him to show up finally. Val. This one's for you. Fan of the show, Val.
Friend of the show, Val.
Yeah, sorry, I meant friend. I said fan.
She may be both.
She is. We part of our bonding was over Ryro. He is Foss from Sanctuary. My computer is named after him. I'm not even lying. I love Ryan Robbins.
Now, he is technically a bad guy here, right?
He is technically a bad guy here.
So I'm going to say it's going to be hard to love him
because
he's a bad guy. He's messing with my
know. But he's awesome. He was in some Battlestar. I literally watched the movie Warcraft because he was in it.
Oh, I watched Warcraft. Yeah. That was great. Awesomely awful.
It was beautifully awful. He's in it. It's the only reason I watched it.
Cool.
And he was in this little known Canadian show I watched because I had him, Steve Backick, who played one of the Gould, and he and Gordon Michael Wolvett, both of them were in Andromeda together, and Terrell Rothery.
I know that person.
Yeah. They're in a show called The Guard about Canadian Coast Guard.
I watched Annihilation last night. That's a mindfuck. Watch it. It's a mindfuck.
Do you know what we watched yesterday? Rain of Fire.
Oh, wow. I also watched...
It was so bad.
I also watched Triangle. Also a mindfuck. We watched a lot of mindfuckery last night.
We just watched...
And then we played a game called Her Story on Steam. More mindfucks.
I really wanted to like Rain of Fire because there's Alexander Siddig in it. Also, there's other people that people like more, like oh god, what's his place? Nope. It had what's his face who played Angry Batman, who everyone loves.
Christian Bale?
Yes.
Yes.
It had Christian Bale, and it has I'm just blanking on all the names. Hold up, I'm
Which
gonna look
one's
it up.
Reign of Fire? Because in my head, it's the one with Adam Sandler and Cheetos.
No, it's not. It's
What's
like
the one I'm thinking of?
I have no clue. But they're fighting dragons and post-apocalyptic.
Ah, okay, that's definitely the same movie.
Welcome to the Reign of Fire podcast.
Welcome to the fucking
It was 2002, post-apocalyptic. Matthew McConaughey, Christian Bale. It also had Gerard Butler in it, and it was like dragons. They woke dragons who then like firebombed the planet, and then they nuked the planet, and then they're trying to stay alive. It is like goddamn mad. Or
I was thinking of Reign Over Me. This is like getting 28 Days and 28 Days Later.
It really is.
Completely different movie.
This is like really dark. There's no, it's not a good film, guys. There's the plot holes in this film are so large you can fly a dragon through them. You fly Drogon through the plot holes in the film. There's only
what about Thordak?
Spoiler alert.
What about Thordak? Thordak?
Yes. Spoiler alert. There's only who's bigger, Thordak or Drogon?
Oh, fucking Thordak for sure.
Really?
Yes.
Spoiler
Ancient
alert.
Motherfucking dragon.
True.
Drogon's maybe 3.
True.
I don't even care. Nobody come at me, bro.
Spoiler alert for Reign of Fire. All dragons are girls except for one male. So if they kill the one male dragon. I broke Grace, guys.
How do dragons fuck?
There's eggs. And so all the females lay eggs, and there's one guy who just like rains sperm down on them.
He rained of sperm on them?
Rain of sperm. It's so bad.
I hate everything.
It's so bad.
So back on Atlantis.
I, however,
there's
not
farmers
seen
farmering.
Matthew McConaughey more buff than he is in this film.
Wow.
He worked out real hard
you
for this
think
film.
he can, yeah.
Okay.
You can't wear shorts, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, Ryan Robbins was also in Falling Skies. He was in some Arrow. He's now he's a lead in a show called Pure, which I have sadly not gotten to see yet. Also, Eagle Eye spots one other guest star in this. One young Corey Monteith. Monteith?
Yeah.
This is, as far as I know, his very first on-screen credit.
Oh, rest in peace, dude.
He started 4 to 5 years before Glee on Atlantis.
Damn. Tough loss.
Clearly known best as Finn from Glee.
Hey, good opportunity to check in on friends or people you haven't talked to in a while.
Yes.
Just, take care of each other. That's all.
100%. So previously on Stargate Atlantis, we learned about the Janai, and we learned how they're fucking suckheads.
Yes.
Cool. So John is flying Taylor out to the mainland to go see the rest of the Athosians.
Because farming,
first round of farming is going good.
Hey, crops are exciting.
Yeah, they are.
You will never get anything different from me.
And the Athosians still kind of think about returning to their planet, but they're settling here as well as they can.
Why not?
And then, listen, did they do a big turn? Because we first see out of the window of the jumper, and it's like beautiful golden hour, almost a sunset motif.
Yeah.
And then literally 5 seconds later, they look out, and it's like fucking
it was in
Thunderhead to end all Thunderheads.
It's like when
covering the entire view.
You know, when you get into an accident because there's that one spot that you can't see, the jumper's got a lot of blind spots.
It does, but again, did they turn?
Yeah. They made a laugh and they're like, oh, fuck, what is this?
So it's a giant storm. It's so big, they're going to go investigate.
Appropriate.
So back in the Atlantis control room, they get static-filled signal from John, and they barely make out weather forecasting.
Speaking of.
Yes.
Let's take a second to consider.
Yeah.
John Shepard.
Yes.
As a weather guy. One, he's got the look.
He does have the look. He has the look of on-air talent.
He's got the laissez-faire.
Hey,
man, it's going to be cool.
He will keep you calm during a major storm.
It's going to be sunny. Here's what we got to do. He's smart.
He does.
He can get the meteorology down.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to our experts and see what they think eventually, because luckily we get to know a couple experts.
Literally know on-air news talents.
But I'm gonna go with top 20 market for sure.
Yeah. He has the look of one of the talents at a station we know.
He does.
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
He does look very similar to one of our peeps.
Yeah. That type of person who you pass in the hallway and you're like, fuck, you are better looking out there.
You're not allowed to be this attractive. I would not mind cutting his picture out 10 times over during all of the talent headshot photography
none of
bullshit.
Us would.
Sometimes, guys.
I don't mind spending extra time on that hair.
Yeah.
You tousle that hair.
Yep. Tousle that. So, look, it is the most bitch of a thing to cut out.
Yeah.
Is hair that is not like straight or bald. The bald men are the best.
Easiest. I will cut out Patrick Stewart any day.
Yeah, I will pencil in that hair, John Shepherd. Yep. I will go through it with a 1-pixel brush and pencil in those little spikes exactly as you want them.
Listen, I'll also Rachel Luttrell. I have no problem cutting her headshot out.
Yeah, hers look pretty simple. It's a nice little curves.
Yeah,
I'm for it. Yeah.
So, now that the jumper is above the storm, we see like a clear, distinct hurricane form. And this one is so large, it apparently covers 20% of the planet. And it's heading straight for the mainland and the Anthosian camp and then on to Atlantis.
Big as fuck.
It is giant as fuck.
So we've decided that the planet is about the size of Earth.
Okay, so just for a taste.
Yeah.
The largest storm recorded on Earth is a super typhoon Tip in 1979. And it was like 1,300 miles tip to tip.
Okay.
That's New York to Dallas, New York City to Dallas. We're just nowhere near the size of 20% of the planet.
That's big.
This thing is giant, and we will soon find out why.
Dun, 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 dun.
So
I know why.
After the credits in the conference room, McKay and Zelenka explain to everyone else why we don't get storms this big on Earth, because we have land.
Land, water, acceleration, blah, blah, blah.
So at some point, storms on Earth run into land, which forces the brakes on. This planet only has one continent the size of North America.
Right.
That storm can go all at once and not hit any lands.
Yeah. It's always that dick move during hurricane season where you feel like a piece of shit, but you're like, I hope it hits land.
Yeah.
Elsewhere before it comes to us.
100%. I hope it hits you, but I hope you're prepared.
Yeah.
Basically.
Please don't die. Bye.
So the brakes don't work as well on Lantia. Kaylee. So the brakes don't work so well on Lantia, is what I'm calling it.
I like it.
Part of me kind of wants you to leave all these edits in and just kind of let it be that.
Yeah. I feel like that's a line in the song when the brakes don't work so well.
Some probably.
Lantia.
Okay. It sounds like something
like country, maybe.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking of the person that's really well known, and the name is escaping me. And John Shepherd had a poster of him, and Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
He's saying that.
I'm for it.
So there's also 2 storms, which is why it looks so big. This is literally the day after tomorrow now, except no cold. Apparently every 20 to 30 years, this planet goes a giant El Nino.
Yikes.
And megastorms happen. And it used to happen fairly frequently, but the ancients had these really nice shields, or they just go underwater. And if you're underwater, you don't really care about a giant hurricane turning over your head. So they don't have that now.
What do now?
And so Brain Boys, as I'm calling them, if you have a better name for the McKay Zelenka duo, please share.
I was going to call them Moonlighting.
Moonlighters?
Because the sexual tension, the angry sexual tension between the two, it's like, just kiss already.
Just get it over with.
Yeah.
I'm calling them Brain Boys for now.
I like it. I like Brain Boys.
I like alliteration.
With a Z at the end.
Oh, definitely a Z.
Are they Brain Boys for now? Sorry, that's a Bob's Burgers reference.
So the Brain Boys got nothing. Although at this point, just the storm surge is going to be devastating to the city, let alone hurricane force winds. So without shields, there is no way the city is going to survive this hurricane coming in. It's like a Cat 8 or something like this, I'm sure.
It's not good times.
No, and even conservative calculations show widespread structural damage of this.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Today we're drinking a dark and stormy.
We're drinking dark and stormies.
Because why not?
With Jamaican rum and homemade ginger ale. Because reasons.
Hurricane Atlantis.
So, the flooding itself from the storm surge is enough to sink this city. And I love how Ford's like, surely something this big could never sink. And John goes, Titanic much?
Bruh, seriously?
So this is where I'm going to tell, and I've told the story many times. I know for a fact Grace has heard it before. But my friends dragged me along to go see Titanic back in the day. I had no real interest in seeing it. I was not a Leo fan.
Okay.
I did not like
You're
Leo.
not a fan of sinking ships in general?
So I was in line to see it. It was opening weekend. My friend brought me along, and I was conversing with her. And my interest was, I wonder how much of the movie, when the actual sinking of the Titanic, and how much of the movie Titanic, and this person in front of her turned and went, spoilers, I haven't seen the film yet. And I went, it's the Titanic.
Hey.
She goes, I haven't seen the film yet. I was like, it's the Titanic.
It's literally a real thing.
I was like, it happened.
That happened.
In history.
Hey, don't go watch JFK.
Like this
But if you do, he's dead. Also, Romeo and Juliet, also dead.
Dead, yeah. Is it something based on Shakespeare? Everyone's dead now.
Bruh.
I didn't even know how to respond to her when she's like, I haven't seen the film yet. And I went,
hey, if you Gone with the Wind, the North Wind. Any others out there that we need to know about?
It was one of the most gobsmacking things that has stuck with me all of these years.
People are awesome.
Yeah, they didn't know the Titanic sank. So the storm is moving extremely fast. Like, I don't know how far they are off the coast of this continent, but the fact that it is crossing the continent and getting to Atlantis in 12 hours.
That's fast.
Fucking fast.
That's fast.
Here's the thing, guys. Hurricanes don't move that fast.
No, I will say, one of the things I've always bitched about is how long you wait for a hurricane.
That's the thing. The hurricane, the lead up to the hurricane, I think is worse than the hurricane itself sometimes.
As someone who grew up in earthquake country, I like that. Look, I don't know. It's just going to fucking happen.
I grew up in the north end of tornado area, tornado alley. So yeah, it's the same thing of like, you have a minute warning.
Get under.
Yeah.
Get down.
So yeah, the hurricane.
So I don't know how to feel about that at the end of the day, but yeah, holy shit, that's fast.
It's going to be there in 12 hours, and the Brain Boys hope to have a plan by 12 hours-ish. So,
what if we just call them McLenka?
McLenka?
Zakay? I don't know which one's
Zakay.
Zakay. It sounds like a made-up name.
Zakay by Atlantia.
It's a perfume.
It's a men's cologne.
Zakay by Atlantia. Oh god, it just smells like anxiety and like Cheetos.
Anxiety and Cheetos. Oh, yeah, basically. So John and Weir have a walk and talk. They're starting an evacuation plan. John is fairly sure that McKay is going to come up with something at the last minute to be a hero. That's how he works. Weir's like, yeah, but that's not how Zelenka works, and he seems actually concerned.
Yeah. And he's a smarty pants, believe it or don't.
Yeah. So John and Ford are going to head out and find a planet they can camp out on for a couple days. On the mainland, I love you, Carson. On the mainland, he was there to help some, wee babe Athosians give them their vaccinations because they're good for you. And doesn't have the right boots for this. Really, I'm pretty sure you have one boot.
He basically just spends this scene going, I'm an indoor kid.
He does. He says, but I'm like, you are still probably Scottish farm stock deep down inside to like, you can.
This is like trying to tell domestic partner Jesse that he can mow the lawn. You're not going to get him to do it.
No.
Yeah.
Carson does end up helping out with some manual labor, but you can tell he's like, I'm an indoor kid. I spent my time studying science-like things. Yeah. I don't really want to get dirty.
Yeah.
So Carson does say that crops can be replaced and rebuilt, but people can't unless you have Revivify.
Death is on the table and off the table.
Future, if I ever play a cleric in the future, he's going to be based off Carson. 100%. A little bumbly.
Well, yeah, it's a little that, and it's a little our doctor from Star Trek, right?
He's definitely going to be. Oh, Carson is definitely made in the Bones mold.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I ever build a cleric, he's going to be like that. He has to be dragged along on all of the adventures, and he's going to complain the entire way.
I like it.
It's going to be awesome. So on Mandria, which this is the planet where when SGA S1 was dealing with the Janai, Bates was with them making a deal for food.
The Minarians.
Yes, the Minarians on Minera. So John and Ford are trying to convince their leader,
Mr. Creeptacular.
Mr. Asshole is what I've called him. Yeah. I didn't even look up his name. He's just Asshole.
Yeah.
He's trying to convince Asshole to let them camp out for a few days. And this douche nozzle is asking like it's some big deal. Somehow trading crops is easier than finding just a giant goddamn field to put a bunch of people in for a couple nights.
This is like the assholes who mark up the price of water right before it hurts.
Yes.
These are people in need.
Yes.
This is what they need. Just, can you not be a dick about it?
And the dick is like, yeah, but we hold all the cards and you have limited options, so what else can I get from you?
Yeah, deal with it.
And also, they're acting like finding an uninhabited planet is super, super dangerous. And while, yeah, it's probably dangerous,
it's
like
not
for a couple days.
Category Infinity Hurricane.
Category Infinity.
Threat level Infinity.
John tries his own intimidation check with Ford's help, and like in the whole we can be friends or ... situation. Yes. John would prefer friends.
Yeah.
And basically leaves it as a whole. We're coming either way.
This is a tough episode for our guys, for our crew. And I know it's a two-parter and it's on purpose. But they don't succeed. If we're going to stick with the D&D terms, they roll poorly.
They roll poor pretty much the whole episode.
Yeah, it's not good times.
It's not good. He does say, we'll owe you a favor when we come. Yes. So there's that thing. And both sides are clearly not happy with the arrangement, but it's arranged either way.
Mm-hmm.
So back in the briefing room turned brain room. McKay and Zelenka are debating over solutions along with other smarty pants. Sorry, Zakay.
The tension grows deeper within their loins. Sorry. I'm gonna shift this. I'm just gonna do it. It's fine.
The sense, we're just gonna add to the sense. It is anxiety and tension is the current sense.
Yep.
Maybe pickles as well.
I feel what is the thing? What was McKay eating on the fake home planet? I thought it was like stale Cheetos.
It was stale. I don't know if they're Cheetos. It was some sort of stale chips.
So stale chips.
Stale chips, anxiety, and tension.
Corn chips and anxiety. That's the name of my new
corn
song.
Chips and BO.
Oh.
I mean, to me, anxiety smells like BO.
Oh.
You know, because it just gets sweaty balls.
I feel like it's got to have like a metally feeling.
Yeah. Well, they're on Atlantis. You have that.
A little salt water. I'm done now. I'm grossing myself out. Okay, bye.
So they're discussing possible solutions, shooting down solutions as they come up. Some involve Nakoda generators. Those don't have enough power to cover enough of the city, though. And Z's like, you're not pleasant when you get like this.
Yeah.
And McKay's like, I'm always like this. Why don't I just
give you a back rub?
And Zelenka's like, my point exactly.
I'm not going to stop. You can't make me. I'm have a drink in.
So John and Ford come in, say that they can camp out with the Minarians. No one's happy, but it looks like they'll be stuck.
God,
there.
The amount of restraint that John did use there, because I feel like had that been Jack or me, it would have been like, you know what? Eat a fucking dick. We're not staying here.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But John knows that they need some place to go because they can't stay in the city.
Yep.
And McKay does point out that if shit goes sideways on Minera, they can always gate to another planet.
Mm-hmm.
Weir and Taylor come in, and there's basically no part of the mainland they can head to either, because most of the continent's going to get hit, and if they lose Atlantis, they get cut off from the gate anyway.
Yay!
So
that's exciting news.
Yeah, I'll try and come up with something, but, despite what you all think, I'm not Superman. And was anyone actually thinking that McKay was?
Yeah, I love that, because they're like, no, No, you're not even. Well, so now it's like, well, fine. Who is he?
First of all, he in his head doesn't think he's Superman. He in his head thinks he's Tony Stark. Let's just get that right out there right now.
That's fair.
He thinks he's Tony Stark.
Superman is not smart enough for what he would like to think.
No.
Who would he be?
McKay?
Yeah. Because he's a little squirrely.
That's a kid right now. The closest I can come up with is like not as cool Iron Man.
Yeah, someone's gonna run a little faster.
Or he could be Mr. Fantastic.
That I'd be okay with.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's a little bit because Mr. Fantastic's a little bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Not that Tony Stark is a different type of dick.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's call it.
Okay, so back up an area.
Sorry, it's very important that I stop everything to figure that one out.
I know who he is in the current Thing I Am in Critical Role.
Oh, he's a Scanlan.
No, he's Terry.
Oh, Terry, yes.
He's Terry.
Yeah.
100% Terry.
Got it.
So back up an area, Asshole takes a radio-ish device out and relays a message to Cowan of the Janai that they have something to trade.
Yay.
On the mainland, the Athosian village is like the wind's picking up and everyone in the village are hunters and gatherers and wanderers. So no one, like half the village is out.
Yeah.
And it's not quick to get everyone together to evacuate because apparently like like Atlantis didn't give them radios.
They're cats. They're all just cats.
It's just herding
the
cats.
World. Yeah. Yep.
Someone that was snakes. Never mind.
Get these motherfucking cats.
No, I was gonna say.
Oh God. Fruits. Okay, so last night the event I was at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna interrupt with a non sequitur.
That's fine. We do that well on this podcast.
So last night I was at an event at Jesse's School. It's a monthly thing that they do.
Yeah.
All the writers and the film majors and just goes through.
You talk. Cool. I'm getting more rum.
Do it. They do this thing monthly where they take a couple of different movies, watch them, and then discuss them. Not just I liked it or I thought it was dumb, but they kind of dive deep into them. So after watching Annihilation and watching Triangle, which if you've seen those two or one of those two, they're very similar. You will need you'll understand this. You kind of needed a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
So one of the suggestions was Airplane. and hang on. One of the younger people in the room goes, "Is that the one with the snakes?" And the professor, which made me very happy, walked out of the room.
Good.
He was like, "I gotta go."
Good. That is inexcusable. I don't care your age. Yeah. If your parents didn't show you Airplane, they failed you.
Now here's the thing. I will give this to any of like the foreign students.
Yeah.
The international students, some first generation American. Very clearly an American.
If you are American and your parents didn't show you Airplane,
they're not doing their duty as proper American.
They failed you as a parent.
I'm just kidding.
My parents showed me Airplane. It was a good day.
Yeah. No, here's the thing. I won't expect it of everybody, but you're film students.
Yeah.
The end.
No, I expect it from everyone.
Well, you are a harsh master.
I am a harsh master. Yeah, they didn't give anyone of the Athosians radios for while they're hunting, which is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Which is dumb. It's just dumb.
Yep, agreed.
And so they're not able to get everyone together as fast. On top of that,
or at least some sort of like tracker, like a little beep beep. Oh, that means check in.
A life science detector.
A little bit, yeah, something.
I mean, you only need like John to activate it.
And I'm not saying like chip them like your dogs, but just something like they can wear that it's like, oh, it's beeping. Let me check in.
Yeah.
Anything.
So the other part that Taylor points out is it's really, really hard to convey to the Athosians how bad this storm is. If you have never experienced, I will say this from this is even me coming from a place that I've heard of hurricanes my whole life.
Right.
But I never experienced a hurricane until I moved down here.
Fair.
And so you can hear about hurricanes. You can even see their devastation all you want. And it's a completely different thing to actually live through a hurricane.
Sure.
And I'm not even on the coast. We're not even on the coast.
No. Yeah, there's something about natural disasters. It's just important to know that you can't know them until you're there.
And so Taylor points out that she herself would not believe that this is anything worse than a big thunderstorm, which they've, I'm sure, lived through all the time. And she not saw the size of this storm herself. So she can't even convey this is beyond what you've...
Well, and it's always about the understanding is and I think we all do this, and that's important pre-hurricane season, just for people to remember.
Yeah.
It's not the storm itself.
No.
It's what comes after.
Yes.
It's what's gonna... How will we push through this?
Yeah.
That's all.
It's
the product of it.
Yeah, it's the flooding. It's even the heat and being without power in some respects.
Yeah, that's the worst fucking part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it's like all the aftermath bullshit.
So back in the brain room, Zelenka points out that they don't deal with hurricanes in the Czech Republic. And McKay dittos that for Canada, except for one called Hazel. And they're like, interesting. No, not really.
Don't care, bye.
No, not really. And McKay was almost struck by lightning once. And just all of a sudden, lightning goes off in the brain, and we get the best chair acting ever. Like that chair shone so brightly in a spotlight moment. So Hurricane Hazel was 50 years ago, actually, when this aired.
Oh, wow.
It was in 1954. So not 40 years, 50 years. It hit Haiti, and then it hit like right at the Carolinas border, and it continued up to Toronto.
Holy crap.
And it was still a Cat 1 by the time it hit Toronto.
Well, yeah, because if it stayed on the water, there's a Kaylee Thorne.
So in Toronto itself, it was much more deadly than this, but in Toronto itself, it killed 81 people. And it was one of those things where the same problem that Harvey had, it stalled over Toronto essentially and just poured and poured and poured.
What a dick.
Toronto, not being used to dealing with that shit, had some problems.
It's like the thing where, earthquakes in earthquake country where the buildings are built for it. It's different than earthquakes in non-earthquake.
Well, even something small as I come from a place where you can get a couple of feet of snow and the roads are still cleared by 6 a.m. And then I've also lived in places of the country where the thought of a dusting is enough to shut the entire city down.
Right, because it's just not built for it.
They just don't have the stuff to deal with it.
There's no infrastructure.
But although I will say this, Canada actually gets hit by hurricanes on a decent basis. I mean, a lot of them are still tropical storms by the hit them, but a good amount of them were still hurricane force winds as well.
Well, I'll tell you that if something happens within 100 years, your insurance considers it still active.
Exactly.
So 50 years is well within that limit.
And so
says the woman who had to buy flood insurance.
Also, most of them hit the coasts, like British Columbia and Nova Scotia. But I'm pretty sure McKay is from the Ontario region. I get the gist, considering I'm pretty sure at one point he talks about driving around the Great Lakes.
Okay.
So he probably didn't.
That's landlocked enough to where you'll never see.
That's what I'm saying. He's probably, knowing McKay, he just never registered hurricanes.
Sure. Yeah.
Like they existed. They
Canada's
happened.
a big ass country.
It's really big.
Yeah. You forget you're still in it.
But so. Yeah, he's from my region of the continent. So both Zakay run over to Elizabeth with this half-formed idea, and the one thing keeping them from having the shield is power.
Yeah.
So the one thing a megastorm from hell has in abundance,
lightning power,
is lightning. So the two of them talk over each other, finish each other's sentences. Normally,
all this potential energy just stored in there, waiting to be turned into kinetic energy to pump the shield. Thermodynamics.
Thermodynamics. So not really.
You don't know me.
So there's normally 4 giant grounding stations, and these channel lightning through the grounding stations back into the ocean, which, let's pump electricity into the ocean. That sounds great. But if the grounding stations weren't around...
Look, whatever doesn't kill it will just give superpowers to.
Exactly. This is literally how you get Aquaman.
Yeah. Or you piss off Aquaman.
One of the two.
Yeah.
The hallways of the city would get supercharged. Electricity would go coursing through all the corridors. And so when a lightning strikes a giant metal city, they would get a power surge.
Yay.
And they can channel that power right into the shield generator.
And then it becomes sentient.
Yes.
It becomes Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, that's how you get Megatron.
Dun, 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 dun.
The city just transforms into a giant mecha.
I like it. I'm for
it. And then a giant kanji lands.
This is fine. This is life.
It's the next Godzilla film. So they can't store the energy, but McKay gives them a 90% chance of survival. I mean, Zelenka gives 70. Okay, McKay gives like 80. But with the city charged, the only safe place would be the control room. So still have to evacuate, but they would survive.
Yeah.
So the brain boys go at it.
I do love Weir's leadership in this moment. She goes, this sounds fucking weird, but you guys are playing together, so keep going.
Also, I love that McKay can't get Zelenka's name right.
Yeah. That dick.
So
because he loves him.
He loves him.
It's like that kid you have a crush on. You're like, what's his name again? It's like, you know his name.
By the way, just because you're not surprised, people ship those two real good.
Yeah, they should.
So cut to the Janai homeworld. We have a staff weapon training session with two very large men and a very pissed off Zora.
Now, I am going to say
yes
that I consulted my expert on this, and they said they're not very good.
It looks impressive, though.
It's sort of interesting. They're not very good, but he says that the girl, this was the quote, the girl's better than you would think she is. She's not bad.
That sounds right.
Yeah. But Danae is better than all of them.
Well, I agree. The two giant guys go out real fucking quick.
Yeah.
Leaving only Sora.
Oh, actually, his best note was he goes, the editing is really well done.
Yeah, like I said, it looks impressive.
Yeah.
Especially after they stop. Sorry, my
Alexa decided to join into the podcast.
Yes, while Alexa appeared. Especially after they stop, like, just walking in a circle, taunting each other. When the two of them actually start going at it, it looks impressive.
Yeah.
I know nothing about fighting, so it looked real good.
No.
The teacher takes his time. They circle. They attack. She attacks first, and when she does, again, fantastic choreography.
She does do this interesting attack, like she's fighting with like a puncturing weapon.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
Yeah. It ends with her having her arm in this vice grip type thing between the two poles, and then it flips her while Finn comes in. He doesn't have a name here, so I'm just going to call him
Finn. What's up? I'm Finn.
I'm going to break into song soon.
Yeah.
And Chief Cowan wants to see Commander Kolya.
Motherfucker.
So back in the mainland, the winds have picked up quite dramatically. They're waiting for one last group that's out hunting. They can't take the jumper to go find them because reasons.
Mm-hmm.
All I can do is wait.
Yikes.
So in Cowan's office, Kolya, his team is not ready yet, he says.
Mm-hmm.
But
I just call him the Janai Creepo because I kept forgetting his name.
Oh, it works.
So his name's the Janai Creepo.
Okay. But Cowan's like, this is the rarest of opportunities. Within an hour, there will be less than 10 people in Atlantis, most of them scientists. And he's pretty sure Kolya can get his men in and out before the storm hits.
So far, the Pegasus Galaxy has been complete bullshit as far as allies.
Yeah.
Fuck the Pegasus Galaxy.
Yeah, they have the Athosians, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah, and even that was hard won. Fuck this. I'm out. Okay, that's all.
So Kolya's opinion is that still way too dangerous, and Cowan values his opinion, but gives no fucks.
Mm-hmm. Get your shit together. Do what I want. Bye.
So in Atlantis, most of the crew has gone through to Mineria. They have 4.5 hours till the storm hits. They put their plan into action. John tells the guards who are left to evacuate the people from the mainland once they get there.
Mm-hmm.
So cut to the Minerian council chamber, and an asshole pulls the fast one on one of the Athosians he has over for dinner. I don't know if he just got him drunk or if he slipped something in with there.
Let me take this moment, though.
Yes.
To rule number 1 of emergency situations. Don't get fucking wasted.
No.
That is not what you do.
But
you want
at the
to
same
have your
time,
bearings about
this is
you.
not a kid who's been trained in anything like that.
Doesn't matter.
I know.
Doesn't matter.
I know.
If you are not in your normal space, your normal place to mind, that is not the time to get trashed.
Which is why I think
This is how you end up with people shooting at hurricanes.
Which is why I think they drugged him as well.
I think he just made a bad decision. They happen,
and that's why
this is my personal soapbox.
That's fine. That's why here I don't know, and I think it's left ambiguous of whether he's just drunk off his ass or if they've also slipped something into his mead.
It's possible. It's possible.
Either way, Sora comes in from behind and puts his armor on his throat in a lock situation as Kolya asks for his IDC for the gate, which I give the farmer credit. He's like, I can't give that to you.
Yeah.
But they sort of force his hands, and I can't imagine this farmer someone who's going to die to protect this code.
No, I will tell you how sick my mind is. I was like, oh, they're going to cut off his hand.
No, it's literally what you said out loud.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm broken.
Yeah. You've been playing too much D&D.
Too much D&D. Gotta go bye.
Or not enough. One of these days, we will not be good or neutral.
Just this is what happens when you go through the Strahd campaign. I'm just gonna put that there.
So they drag him away to the gate to get his IDC to get the iris down, and Kolya tells the asshole they'll be rewarded from the Janai. So back in Atlantis, we're told there are hundreds of lightning rods actually around the city, but they all funnel into, because like the ancients wouldn't have the shields up for like a general thunderstorm.
Yeah,
they'd collect all the lightning, route it to the grounding stations, and then dispel it safely. Weirdly enough, the grounding stations are not equally dispersed around the city, which is questionable.
Well, I wonder if they are. They just gave John the furthest one away.
No. 2 of them were near the center, and then 2 of them are out on wings, and they're not.
Sure.
They're not equally.
Maybe they're at specific accesses, like a star.
No, they're not.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Okay, bye.
There's no sense to them.
Yeah.
And so in theory, the city would be able to handle
like an isosceles triangle.
Nope.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, no. I looked at the map. There's no, unless there's some weird code that I don't know, no rationale. Theoretically, the city should be able to handle having all that energy directly put into the corridors and into the shield generators. And John asks if it's like dinosaurs turned into bird theoretically, or like theory of relativity theoretically.
And because he's a smarty pants.
And McKay's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, between ish.
What? Words? Shut up. Don't ask me hard questions. Yeah.
And of course, McKay and Weir will take the closer of the 2 power stations, since Weir has a knee thing and McKay has work to do. And John's are, when I say brisk walk, I mean run far.
You're military. You got this, right? Go, get out there.
And then radio when you get to your first station. Bye.
I do love, there's at least some levity in this episode.
Yes. Between the shit show aspects.
Yeah.
So back on the mainland, the storm is here. And finally the hunters arrive back. And in the pouring day for storm shot, there is bright sunlight in that shot. I give the cinematographers credit, the color graders credit. They tried. There's only so much you can do for that.
Yeah, or literally the sun.
Yeah. And Ford is ready to leave, and Carson's like, yeah, fuck that. It's not safe to fly anymore.
No, we ain't going anywhere.
And I really agree with Carson. That is a tough little ship. Like, maybe fly just enough to be some distance from some trees.
You're fucked either way, because it's not like it's exactly heavy. And not like
it's not super heavy, but
it's a trailer home.
But I don't think that thing's gonna be blown away that easily.
Okay.
And I can imagine it has pretty decent shields and stuff.
Sure.
Like some pretty heavy duty armor.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think you're safer staying put than you are flying.
Yeah.
So, as Carson says, it'll be cozy. John arrives at his first grounding station, heads out to the balcony. The winds are high. The sky is dark. I know the feel. And McKay and Weir have already done theirs.
They're like, we're already done. Why aren't you done, Slowpoke?
So up on the console, John has to enter 031547. And the large base in front of him sort of splits apart. And
it chunks apart.
Yes, it chunks apart. And all the stations have the same code, so John just has to run to the last one and enter the same code.
Okay, bye. Yeah.
So 2 guards are chatting about what they wish they had brought with them.
Yeah.
Answer is bacon.
Yep.
Clearly, because it is the food that makes other foods worth eating.
Fair.
I will again not going to disagree.
This is when a domestic partner, Jesse, walked into the room, went right past me, and he goes, "Yep, bacon. Yeah. Go, bye."
So the gate dials in from Off-World saying there's been an attack on Minera. They have wounded. Mm-hmm. And against their better judgment, they lower the shield. And radio Weir. So
they should have listened to the other smarter soldier. They should have listened to their instincts and their judgment.
They should have.
Yeah.
The group comes in wearing cloaks, maybe like illusions. And you can see.
Yes, it's almost too fancy.
You can see one of them is Sora, and quickly Kolya sits up, rolls off the stretcher, and kills both guards.
Motherfucker.
Which surprises even Sora. I'll give her that credit.
She's one that's like, oh fuck, this is beyond what I thought.
Yeah. And she confronts Kolya about it, and he gives no fucks. He's just like, secure the room, and he kind of gives this menacing look from the stairs.
Yep.
So John is running to the last grounding station when Elizabeth radios to John that they have incoming. Mm-hmm. They don't know if they're injured by the Wraith. They don't know any information yet. But as they turn the corner to the gate room, they are quickly captured by the Janai. All the guns pointed at them. And
they're Kolya just sitting ducks this whole time.
Wants to know where John is. And McKay recognizes the Janai, and Sora recognizes McKay.
I will say that this is Weir's area expertise, negotiation.
Yes.
This is where she should be.
I don't know how many times she has negotiated from the hostage position, though.
No, but it's still their wheelhouse. So if anyone has a chance, she should have been the one that has a chance to get through this. It's not like it's a Michaela.
She's not negotiated with the likes of Kolya, though. So Kolya just wants to know where John is, and tells Weir that the only thing she needs to know right now is that he is in control of Atlantis.
Oh boy.
John heads straight to the jumper, grabs gear, including a life science detector, radios Jumper 2 on the mainland, which John is surprised to hear has not left the mainland.
Yeah.
He tells
everyone is fucked. Bye.
Bye. He tells them Janai Strike Force is gated in, that Weir and McKay have been taken hostage, and the signal is shitty, but Ford wants to head back to help them now. Carson's like, no.
Yeah.
Neither one of us are pilots. I'm the only one who can fly this goddamn thing right now, and this is too dangerous. The storm keeps getting worse. Like, we will die before we get to Atlantis.
But we're no good to them. We're absolutely no good to them.
And Taylor actually agrees with Carson and tells John that, look, if we flew back now, we'll most likely not make it.
Yeah.
John really doesn't like to hear that, but he also understands.
Well, yeah, no, it's like, where do you want us dead? Here, like over with you, or over the water?
Yeah. Just get there as soon as they can, he says, and you can tell it eats at Ford to sit there.
Yeah, absolutely it does. I can understand that, but there's really there's nothing you can do. You wait for a chance.
Yeah.
And if it comes, then you take it. Yep. But right now, there's not the right time.
So control room, after a beautiful atmospheric shot on the balcony, by the way, in the control room, we get a full introduction to Commander Augustus Kolya of the Janai.
Blech.
And assures Weir that the rest of her people don't even know they're there. They're safe. They're fine. Oh, your shield was defeated by a time-tested method of strong drink and a weak mind. So you have supplies we need. We're going to take them, and then we'll leave peacefully. Or
not. Yeah.
Kolya's like, there's no or.
Yeah.
There's no other option.
No.
He wants all the C4, all the medical supplies, the Wraith data device, and a jumper. Oh, and Major Shepard.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And Weir's like, he's on the mainland.
Yeah, he's not here. Can't help you.
Also, the armory doors are shut for safety reasons. And Kolya's like, please, I just rolled a nat 20 on Insight, and you're lying.
Yeah.
So McKay tries his own sleight of hand, and by leaning onto the console in front of him to try to make his points, he's like, just give him what he needs, all the C4 and the medical supplies and the data device.
The things that he just said, obviously and awkwardly.
And John hears this and heads off, and Kolya's like, stop whatever you're doing, because you're doing something.
I'm sure of it. Yeah, McKay's a bad liar.
Yeah, he's not good.
He needs to not.
He tried real good, though.
Yeah.
He gets points for trying.
I appreciate it, yeah.
How does Weir know that he's not just going to kill all of them once he gets what he needs? And Kolya's like, you don't.
Fucking dude.
So just show my men where shit's at. And they take Weir. And then Kolya gets curious as to why McKay is still here. Because he's too important to just...
This is where it's like, come on, McKay, please don't fall apart.
Yeah. He goes, you're too important to just be a bystander to the city falling. And you have a plan. He's like, you can tell. And McKay's like, I have lots of plans about lots of things. I don't know what you talk. I don't know how to say the city. Bad. He's trying so hard to be hardcore. He's trying so hard, and then Finn pulls a knife.
Yeah. Fuck you, Finn.
So Janai are clearing the medical shelves. Weir gets Sora the data device. Sora wants to know where Taylor is. And
God, she's such an idiot in this episode.
Sora?
Yeah. She's just not.
She's single-minded.
Everything she's doing is run off of wrath.
Yeah.
And it's just the word. It's just a bad look.
Yeah.
That's all.
So Weir read the mission report and can guess who this person is. And Weir says he's really sorry for Sora's father. And she's like, yeah, he'll be avenged. He's like, cool. I mean, who are you going to kill? Because Taylor didn't do it.
Yeah.
So
go kill some Wraith, motherfucker.
And obviously Sora knows that Taylor did it, and no other option is clearly possible in the world. And Weir hands over the device. So elsewhere, Janai soldiers arrive in the armory. All the guns. It is like a soldier Candyland.
Yeah.
They go to get the C4, and it's all gone.
Damn it.
And a little radio is left.
I love that they're like, what is this? Like, literally says radio and has a fucking arrow. What do you think it is?
You guys have your own radios. Like, it's not that different from your radios.
It's not like technology isn't a thing you know.
Yeah. So they bring it up to Kolya, and we see Weir looking. They basically cut McKay's arm. And Kolya is like, what's this? It's a radio, asshole. Just
seriously?
It's a goddamn radio. You talk into it. John's on the other end, already snarking at him. And
come to the coast. Stay a while. He's already working on this monologue.
He's hidden the C4 where Kolya will never find it, and he will help Kolya find it if all the prisoners get safe off Atlantis. And Kolya's like, he's good. And he's like, yeah, he is.
Yeah,
better than you. So that would work on Kolya before McKay told him the entire plan to save the city. He knows there's one grinding station left. Kolya goes, deactivate it, and everyone can leave. I mean, why raid a city when you can seize it? Atlantis will be the Janai's or the oceans. It is John's choice.
God damn it! I'm angry. This episode makes me angry. Let's speed on so we can watch the next one.
Okay, so on Jumper 2, Ford doesn't like not hearing from John. It's been all of 5 minutes, Ford.
I would be losing my shit too.
Carson wonders why the Janai would attack. And Ford's like, yeah, there's reasons.
Bad blood.
So some shit happened when we were there.
I do love the slightly passive-aggressive way he's like, they think Taylor killed someone. I mean, she didn't, but I mean, they think it. But I mean, she didn't, but they think it.
And we still can't go anywhere. So,
and I will say, though, no wonder he feels confident about flying that thing. It's not shaking at all.
No, it's not.
It's like the winds are hitting it like crazy, and it's like, yes, it's fine. It's like, it's
inertial dampeners, bitch.
Damn it.
So Kolya sits in Weir's office looking over information and technology. And Weir comes in and tries to politely explain how worthless this city is unless you were descendants of the ancients.
Let me tell you how dumb you are.
And while she herself does not have the genes, most of her people do, or many of them do.
She's basically like, you don't even go here.
No.
Like, get out of here. What do you think?
And with the Wraith awakening across the galaxy, they're going to be at war.
The Wraithing.
And Kolya's like, yeah, a war that you expedited. She's like, let's not point fingers, shall we? Soon our disagreements aren't going to matter because we're going to be fighting for our own survival against the Wraith. And this city holds all the secrets that we need to defeat the Wraith, but it will only work if we team up and if we are here and you're not.
So basically. Bye. Yeah.
And Kolya's like, this is the one part that I'm like, if I'm trying to be objective, Kolya kind of has a point here. Because he goes, you think that your people from a whole other galaxy are closer to the ancients than we are, and you think you have more rights to this city. You are arrogant as fuck.
Well,
we are going to take this city and we will defeat the Wraith. Which is why I'm like, being objective is a little bit of a point.
We're humans from Earth. Of course we think we are the center.
Exactly.
I feel like I'd be like, duh, no shit. You're not telling me anything we don't already know. Yeah. Yes. We're full of ourselves. Deal with it.
We're gonna keep our city though.
That's how we do.
We do. That's how Earthlings do.
Yeah.
We from Earth.
We Earth it up in here.
We're gonna Earth it up.
We're like, Atlantis. What's up, aliens? Everybody wants to be cool like us. Look how cool we are on Earth. We destroy our oceans. We destroy our ice caps. Polar bears, we're killing them. Why? Because it's what we do.
Because it's Earth.
I'm gonna stop drinking now.
So John arrives at the last grounding station. With the sensors, they can see that John is just standing there at the grounding station. And Kolya tells his forces, who are right outside, not to move in until John disconnects it. Use lethal force only if necessary, which again, Sora's like, can we talk about this?
Yeah,
Kolya's like, yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah.
So, but what they don't know...
The only way Sora can redeem herself now is if she kills Kolya.
Okay.
The end. Bye.
So, what they don't know is that John has his own life signs detector and knows the men are out there in the hallway and starts moving around.
This is when he starts his full Die Hard move.
He does. Full Die Hard starts here. Mm-hmm. So, McKay points out that control panel is fragile, and you probably don't want to fire guns into it.
Get your dumb grubby paws off my panel. The end.
But before he can finish saying that, someone grabs his wounded arm. I think it's Finn. Grabs his arm and sort of he stops in pain.
Fuckers.
So John gets good cover and waits. The Janai make their first move. John takes the first one out. The second asshole fires at John, which hits the control panel as John dives over the railing.
Good job, dipshit.
And then he takes out the second guy anyway.
Yeah.
And control panel is dead.
Yay.
John's like, takes the dead guy number 2's radio and goes, here's what you did wrong.
Yeah.
First, you lost 2 of your men. That's shitty. Second, you damaged a switch, which you're going to get an earful from McKay for. And third of all, you lost all of what little credibility you had with me.
Also, you've never seen Die Hard, so you don't know how this is going to go, and you're going to lose. I'm going to throw you off the Nakatomi Plaza.
And yes, McKay does give him an earful, or at least tries to.
I hope he throws him off the tallest point of Atlantis, and it mirrors that scene.
It would be pretty good if it was.
Yeah, I'm for it.
And Kolya's like, you killed 2 of my men. John's like, yeah, so we're even.
Yeah.
What? And Kolya doesn't like even, so he points his gun at Weir.
No!
And tells John to say goodbye to Dr. Weir. And John warns him that there's a self-destruct button, and if you hurt Weir, I will activate it, and no one gets Atlantis.
Yep. Yeah.
But Kolya's smart and knows that if it exists, it probably needs 2 senior personnel to activate it, and I'm going to take one out.
Damn it!
And Weir looks honestly terrified, as everyone would be.
Yeah, I would be at that point.
Because this man is crazy.
This is outside of her wheelhouse. Yeah. It's funny because she's probably dealt with like dictators and like, warlords and people of this position, but always from a safe
not with the gun pointed at her face.
Yeah. So this is brand new to her.
And in the wind, John yells Kolya's name with no reply.
Kolya!
And John pleads. He'll give him a ship. He'll fly him on a shelf. Come!
Yeah, basically.
And the storm sets in, and the rain starts, and we get a beautiful pan out at the edge of the city of John standing alone, and essentially the Rains of Castamere starts. Yes.
Dun dun dun! Shit's hitting the fan.
To be continued.
Thank God. There was only 1 week from this.
Yeah.
So that I can.
Aren't you glad I didn't make you bounce back and forth?
Yes, and also I'm fully drunk, and we're about to watch the next one. I'm very excited to find out what comes out of my mouth because I don't know.
What do you think is going to happen in this episode?
Well, it's going to get full Die Hard.
Okay.
Kolya has to die.
Okay.
But I don't know who he's going to take out with him. Okay. So we may lose someone. We may finally lose Sora. Or she could jump ship and be like, oh, fuck, this is beyond what I thought it was.
Okay.
Finn's got to die.
Okay.
And so does Ryro. I'm sorry, I know
Ryro.
They all gotta die. Everybody's gonna die.
Everyone dies.
Die hard. And then Bruce Willis shows up.
The next episode is called The Eye. In the eye of a hurricane,
here I am
for just a moment.
Rock you like a hurricane. That's my version of what that is.
I love how we went so opposite.
Very opposite.
We should totally remix Eye of the Hurricane with Rock Me Like a Hurricane. It would be amazing.
This is fine. This is totally fine. As long as I get to be this drunk when we do it.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we can only do it when you're drunk.
I'm not even certain that I'm properly enunciating anymore. So
okay.
Find us on Twitter at Terra Podcast.
Find us on Facebook at There's No Place Like Terra.
Email us at theresnoplaceliketerra@gmail.com.
Patreon.com/There's No Place Like Terra.
Like us, rate us, review us. Let's go watch this thing. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.
I got really